Hey, folks, it's another episode of the Gary and Mark Show, and I'm Gary.
And I'm Mark.
And we're coming to you. We're not live.
No, but we are alive, Gary.
Yep, we're live.
And where are we alive?
We are at DuPont State Recreational Forest.
And we were actually...
in western North Carolina.
We did the prior episode was here, too.
Yeah,
we are doing several here at the same little festival. So we are somewhere in North Carolina, the mountains of North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
A favorite spot. So nice day for a festival. This is episode, Gary, number 48 for us.
Yep.
You cannot believe we've been in business that long with 15 fans.
Yes.
You would think it would take more fans than that to keep a show
We
going.
want to be influencers. We're trying to be influencers.
We do, and we're not having a lot of luck with that.
And speaking of influencers,
Who do you see?
I believe that is Marco Knox's better half.
Okay,
That would be.
and so we might as well introduce who Marco Knox is.
Let's
So
do.
Let's do. Big
All right.
cheer coming up here. All right, so we have with us Gary.
We have Marco Knox.
And
He's a tall gent, looks very fit, and he represents the Athletic Brewing Company. And he very kindly came up here with some of their beers, and the one we're drinking is this. This is the West Coast IPA.
That is right.
And this is going to be an unusual beer because people, our listeners,
Yeah,
could be 16 now,
yeah.
know we like to have a beer. And, because of that, Saluda Outfitters is one of our sponsors. And
We drove a hard bargain with them.
very hard bargain. What does our sponsorship package consist of? Gary?
Our second beer is free.
Right. So we buy the
We have
first
to pay
$6
for-
beer and
yeah,
the second one's free.
Second one's free.
And Iron Key Brewing is a sponsor down in Columbus. And they just treated us to lunch and a beer one day.
Yeah.
And their director of taproom managers, business or whatever, came on our show, Chris.
And now Marco has brought us up this very unique beer, and so I guess that makes him a sponsor.
I
now.
think so. Athletic Brewing Company, or at least Marco can be a sponsor.
And
That's right.
We're going to let him tell us what's different about this beer.
Exactly. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's good. I've already had a sip. Normally we were taping these things, but
Yeah.
State Park said no taping in the boundaries. Just kidding, man.
Ah.
It was just too much trouble. Okay, so, tell us about this beer, what makes it special.
There's no alcohol.
And I would not have believed that if he hadn't
Yeah.
said that or read it on the
Yeah.
side of the can.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny you mentioned Saluda Outfitters. They carry our beer.
Aha.
Well, there you go.
Well,
There's a connection.
Yes.
If I was going to have 4 or 5, and driving to Saluda, that's what I would want. Wow,
right.
this is.
So tell us something about the company, Athletic Brewing.
Yes, we're called Athletic Brewing, and we're about 3 years old, so we're a young company. And all we do is brew craft, non-alcoholic beer. We brew 52 different styles.
Oh, my gosh.
52.
All
Yes.
in any given year? I mean,
Yeah, we sure do. So we have 5 that go out to wholesale. We have our 3 flagships and 2 rotating seasonals. And the rest we keep on our e-com platform because there's no alcohol. We can ship to most states.
and so this beer I'm having right now is 70 calories.
That's right.
No alcohol.
It's
You would not believe it.
quite refreshing.
It is. So are you yourself a beer drinker where you have beer with alcohol?
I have had plenty of beer with alcohol in my day.
Well, Gary over there, he's like the chief of alcohol. But,
Well,
I mean, we
have
don't...
a few.
Few.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Been
not...
known.
But not at a festival. But, I mean, it is refreshing.
Yeah, and we use Vienna organic malts. We use
When you say
Citra hop.
Vienna, you mean comes from Vienna?
I believe so.
Vienna as in Austria or in Virginia?
Virginia, probably.
Okay, well, that's still nice. Okay.
Noble hops, Citra hops, Mosaic hops. So it's got all of the things you would expect out of a delicious beer, except the next day you feel like you could still accomplish something.
And with me, who needs to watch my weight? 70 calories. I can have 2 or 3
You can
equal
keep
to
that
1.
figure.
Equal to 1 regular beer.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
So it's all canned, no bottles, right?
Yeah, so it's all canned for now. We do have kegs in our tap rooms. So we have 2 breweries, one in San Diego and one in Stratford, Connecticut. And we do keg our beers in those facilities and can pour draft. And we give a lot back to outdoor organizations. Like, for example, Friends of DuPont, we're a sponsor for these guys.
Well, that's
in Southern
great.
Carolina. all those type of organizations, we peel off 2% of our gross sales and give back. It's called Two for the Trails.
So are sales growing? Do you know that part of the business enough?
I do, yeah. Sales are growing very much so. I won't bore your listeners with statistics and numbers. But,
we bore them all the time with stuff, so go right ahead.
Well, year over year, we're up 600%.
Oh, my gosh.
We're currently building our third facility next to our flagship facility in Stratford, Connecticut. When that brewery comes online, we'll have the capacity. Now, we're not brewing this much right now, but our capacity will be 450,000 barrels a year.
Oh, I mean, I have no clue how that compares to anybody else. That sounds like a lot to me.
That's a lot of beer, especially for a non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah.
And there's breweries out there, the big boys out there, they're doing 500,000 barrels a
Well,
year.
I'm telling you, I have tried to acquire a taste for non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah.
So I've tried several.
Yeah.
Many of them are just rotten. This one, I'm about to have a burp too. I would drink.
Well, the bar was low, right?
Well, you know what? That could be part of it because it's so funny. There's a brewery in Greenville called 85 Brewery or Brewery 85.
Yeah, I know them. Great people.
They are, and have some good beer. Ever been there, Gary?
No.
Right off the interstate. And near the school where I worked, so some of the teachers would often go there after work, because it's really did a back road. You were there in 2 minutes.
Do some
Didn't
grading
have to go-
papers and things like that.
Well, that's why everybody got A's or C's, But
Sliding
but
scale.
what I'm getting at is if you wanted water to drink, they sent you over to a fake tap that said like Coors Light or something, but that was water, so it was meant to make you think that's what light beer is, nothing but water. So this
right.
tastes like beer.
This is full-bodied, full flavor, mouthfeel. I mean, the IBUs on this particular one we're drinking is 35.
Yeah.
And I can bring some more over for you guys later.
That sounds like good. We'll go be here till 2 o'clock. We may stay up to 4. Although,
I'll have to take your keys if you're overserved by accident.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's right tasty.
it is. So, I
feel
am
like
not,
I'm getting away with something.
Yeah, we don't have Howard, our beer expert here and sound effects person, but I've heard
IBU.
What is that exactly?
International Bitterness Unit. So it just gives you the degree of how bitter a beer is. A lot of people associate that with hoppiness, but it's really a hop flavor can be all sorts of things, not necessarily bitter. It depends on what part of the brewing process you put the hops in. So that's how they kind of grade it. So this particular one is 35 on the scale. We have a golden that's 15, a hazy that's 55, which is pretty aggressive on the IBU, but you get some out there that are close to 100 that'll just knock your socks off.
So that's not necessarily related to alcoholic content?
No,
really?
It's just the bitterness, the flavor you taste.
I'm so glad to know, because I don't necessarily want a bitter beer. So if I want a lower number, this is 35.
This is 35.
I like this.
Yeah.
Offhand, not trying to send people to your competitors, but can you think of a name brand beer that would have a 35 IBU?
Oh, gosh.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, there's a lot of craft breweries. Any IPA is going to be within that range. So if you think of any sort of IPA that any brewery is putting out, it's going to be 35, 55 in that wheelhouse.
I'm telling you, this is good.
Yeah.
I mean,
you guys like stouts?
I do.
Yeah, we do a stout that'll knock your socks off.
So what are you carrying over there in your tent right now?
Today I brought with us our golden ale, the one we're drinking, which is Run Wild. West Coast IPA, and then we have Free Wave, which is a hazy IPA.
So are you selling them today or giving them away?
We're giving them away. We host events. We don't host events like this, but we partake in events like this. We call them cans and hands events. So we just give everyone a free beer, let them try it. And
what about a kid? Can they have one?
No, we don't endorse underage drinking.
It's like candy cigarettes.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want,
No, you wouldn't. I know, because it looks like they're drinking, but there's no alcohol. Would it hurt them? I mean,
it would not hurt them.
Just the impression, just the optics.
It's the optics, exactly. And we don't want to encourage underage drinking.
What about overage drinking? Is there an age?
Because I'm 72.
I know. Is there an age limit? Maybe Gary needs to
You guys are almost capped.
Yeah. So does your boss know you're giving away beer?
Yeah. They give us the beer to do it. So
is that your car?
That is my
How much
car.
beer can that car hold? That's not exactly a van.
I don't know what I could max out at. I bet you I could fit 1,000 beers in there.
Okay.
Wow.
But without my kit, I don't know if I could bring my tent and everything else you see. It'd just be slap full of beer.
Well, it's our lucky day to meet this guy.
No kidding.
Marco, okay.
It's really my lucky day to meet you all.
Well,
so where's your next event? We'll have to show up and podcast from that, too. We get free beers.
we don't
have to podcast. Just show up. You'll remember our faces, right?
Of course.
I think
Gary and Mark show.
We could make him a dean at the podcasting university.
You know
he
what?
could be our dean of alcohol-free because we don't have one of those yet, and we want one, don't we?
We need one.
We'd be the first.
So, just normally, we haven't mentioned in this episode, see, Marco, we're so popular as podcasters that there's demand. You mentioned having one at one time.
Yeah. I did, yeah.
You still do.
I don't interview guests anymore, but it's still live on the web universe out there somewhere.
So we started this podcast university, and we picked the most appropriate time to start it. Right at the beginning of what, Gary?
COVID. And we were one of the first places where you didn't have to show up for class.
That's right. And you still don't. We're putting out diplomas every week or so.
Yeah.
People are graduating with a BS in podcasting from our university without ever setting foot on campus.
Yeah.
You know what? There's no tuition either.
Yeah.
We do have a security officer down there,
Yeah.
Dee Dee. You have to listen to an episode. Dee Dee's kind of a bit scary. She also runs with the wild crowd sometimes.
What are their names, these bikers?
She's
The
a female,
motorcycle-
all-motorcycle female
Kind
gang
of a-
called the Wicked Women of Watershed. Watershed's where the campus is, a little town near here. And we're the only university in the world we can think of that you can enroll and graduate in the same day.
That's amazing.
Sometimes in the same hour.
Yeah.
And in your case, within 5 minutes.
Right.
Because we're going to do this again.
Because
We're going to
not only
present
do we
you.
get a beer, we got koozies for our beer.
That's right.
We do. We should.
I even have stickers.
Whoa.
Oh, and we have stickers too.
Stop
so
presses.
we are presenting Marco Knox
Knox.
with our BS in podcasting with honors.
With honors.
I'm not sure if you got extra honors. That's as high as
Sure.
we go. And so,
This is amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
now the only thing is, since we did not know you were going to be receiving this honor so early, we're also pointing to our staff. We have more staff than graduates, actually.
A lot more staff.
Yeah, but we're going to write
I'm
down his
humbled.
title so we put it on our website
Yeah.
correctly. Get your picture.
You don't mind being part of the faculty, do you?
Not at all.
See, there
I'm
we go.
humbled. I'm honored.
Okay.
You should be. We have an
I
esteemed
wish I
group.
would have prepared a speech. I'm not prepared. You caught me off guard.
You know what? We haven't prepared since 3 years of this show, so go right ahead and make one up if you wish. You
Well,
can thank your wife for putting up with you or whatever.
That's right.
But you have now earned your BS in podcasting. Now, I'll have to say, we didn't know you were coming, so your name's not on this.
That's okay.
So I can get
You can
your
pencil it in.
you
Well,
can
they didn't
pencil-
know you were coming. They didn't have your name on your name tag. So, see, I did that. That's my
See,
printing.
well, Gary, you did not print that.
Yeah, I did.
No, that's very neat.
Well, that was what I learned in art class in high school.
I'm never known.
Got mine.
Okay, is yours printed?
Look
Oh,
here.
wait, nobody's name was printed.
Marco.
Yours was printed, officially printed.
Somehow I got one in.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
they're not paying us, so what do you
Yeah, boy.
expect? So we're going to give you this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What an honor.
We've got
Boy.
a decal for you, and
Boy,
I got
What
one.
why
right
is
here.
this in? Is the frame that you've put this
I'm
in?
telling you, we are not cheap. I'm glad it's not on video, so people see
you know,
that frame.
we had that slogan with our university when we really upped our game. Remember, we had that slogan that said, "We upped our game,
That's right.
up yours."
That's right.
But that didn't fly for some reason.
So
It
you
didn't-
do have a
yeah.
decal for your car,
Oh,
okay?
Oh, yeah.
And,
Yeah, or your refrigerator.
Or your refrigerator. So we're trading you a nice beer,
Boy,
and
the decals are non-alcoholic.
this is
That's-
going on the wall at the house. I got to be honest with you.
Okay.
all right. Well, if you need
And-
more, let me know. I can email them to you.
Okay,
They're
perfect.
very inexpensive.
I'll print them
programs.
off.
We have not incurred much expense
Man.
at the Gary Mark Podcasting University.
I'm digging that beer.
Yeah.
I am. So I want to thank our guest here, Marco Knox, for being part of the show. And we're not done yet. Who are our regular sponsors, Gary? We're about to add one.
Boy, let's see. We got the Big Whizz Pocket Buddy.
Now, Gary, it's been a while.
Yeah.
That used to be our number one listened to podcast. Now it's way down at the list.
Yeah.
Tell Marco about that app that Gary
If
developed.
he's got time.
If
Okay.
he's got time.
All right. The Big Whizz Pocket Buddy was an app you could put on your phone designed specifically for older men who, let's say, you're at a ball game and you got to go take a leak. Well, you get into the men's room and they're queuing up and everybody's in there.
Everybody.
And then it gets to be your turn, and you're standing there at the urinal, and people can hear. They don't hear anything.
And they're waiting.
You're getting nervous, and you hit this little button on your phone, and the Big Whizz Pocket Buddy, it makes a noise like you're just moving volumes of water, and
impresses people.
Young men step back.
Give you the honor you deserve.
Yeah, give you some room. And so the Big Whizz Pocket Buddy kind of takes that stress out of, but sales have dropped off now that COVID there aren't, crowds in places anymore, but that was our original sponsor.
It was. And we've also have Rabbit Island Resorts.
Oh, yeah.
Hair better.
Just a hair better.
Saluda Outfitters, home of, see if Gary can get this place straight.
Big Eddy's Green River Tap Room.
That's pretty close.
Oh.
Yeah.
I never get it straight. You ever been there?
Yeah, it's a great place.
It is a great place. You also sell outfitting items and even have a bike shop.
Yeah.
LJ Meyers and his professional white duff releases.
Yeah.
Iron Key Brewing Company in Columbus.
Because we got a free meal there once.
We did, and now we got free swag here and drinks from Marco. We can put you
He's
down.
moving right
you may
up
need to get
there.
it approved with the bosses. We can just put your name
He's
down.
moved
As far
right.
as I'm concerned, the ink is dry on that deal.
You know what? And they'll probably
Yeah.
never know. They'll probably never know.
that's right.
If they wanted the 16 to listen, that'd be great.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Athletic Brewing Company, based where?
We have two breweries, Stratford, Connecticut, and San Diego, California.
So where did it start?
The start was in Stratford, Connecticut.
I would have guessed California because people were kind of crazy about everything.
That's right, that's
but
right.
Connecticut.
Yep.
And you're getting ready to have a third one sooner or later.
Hey, can I bring it back to that app that you were just mentioning?
Yeah.
Do you find that not only the noise allows people to think that you're getting after it, but does it maybe motivate and inspire things to happen?
It can.
It can?
It can. It can kind of cause that little relaxation that actually,
Kind of lets your shoulders down. Like, okay, it's time.
Yeah. And, you get to walk out of there, your shoulders back, you're bad.
I know they do. They
Proud.
clear out of the way. They clear out of the way. They sometimes afraid. They're
comes
afraid
in
to go
handy
in after us. Sometimes
Comes in handy at rest areas a lot of times on the interstate. Yeah.
it's been popular. You can hear an episode about that.
I mean, it got like 300 something.
It's 500 something.
500.
It
Big
was
Whizz Pocket Buddy.
It was our number one episode, but it's been eclipsed by Steve Longenecker, who's here today at the show.
He's down there with his peregrine falcon and his what's he got an owl too?
Got
Yeah.
a Falcon here today?
Yeah, he's
You gotta go visit him.
You do. He's probably got a crowd in front of him. Where is he?
Well, there's the blue, I guess, Subaru.
Oh, yeah.
Where you see the people in front of that mesh.
Oh, he's in there.
He's over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on it. Steve, by the way, rock climbing's kind of big in this area, and Steve was one of the members of the three that did the first ascent of the nose route on Looking Glass, 1965 or 66.
And we have an episode with Steve on
Yeah.
not too long ago. So,
Yeah, he's a local legend.
well, we want to thank Marco Knox for being with us from Athletic Brewing Company.
Yeah.
World's best purveyor of non-alcoholic beer, and I'm telling you, it is good.
Yep.
It is good.
What a compliment. Thank you.
And we're glad to have you living in the neighborhood now, down in Lake Lure. That's
Yeah.
think you're gonna like living here.
Any place in Lake Lure sell the beer?
Yes, Lured. Right there.
Okay.
Next, you know where that is? Right next to the inn.
Yes, I do. It's a relatively new
Yep,
place, I think.
The old gas station there, he sells our beer. And in Girton, right down the road.
I know
Wallow
Girton.
Provisions.
Yeah.
My friend Eric Julian sells a lot of our beer there.
The furthest you can get away
Yeah.
in Henderson County and still be in Henderson
Girton.
County.
Is
Yeah.
Girton.
All right. Well, Gary, it's a good episode number 48.
There we go. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. And thank
My
you
pleasure.
again, Marco, for being with us.
Yeah.
Cheers.
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 Yeah. Hold up our cans here. Too bad we're not doing a video.
That's all right.
There we go.
People can feel it.
All right. We'll see you in the next episode.